we have talked about how to project a point in an orthographic and pictorial view, and we have also discussed how to project a line. Okay, so slowly, basically, we are building up. We have started with points. Then we'll today also we'll look into lines, and from next class onwards, we'll talk about planes and 3D objects. So basically, the target is finally you are able to draw 3D objects in different planes or different projections, but we are building up that. So to build up a solid object or 3D object, we first will start with point, lines, planes, and then we'll go on to solid objects. So today's lecture will talk about projection of lines. So last week also we talked about projection of line. Today we'll talk about, yes, today we'll talk about projection of line which is inclined to both the planes. Okay, so this was what we discussed in the last class. So I hope you are clear with how to find projection with line inclined to one plane and parallel to another plane. Okay, so initial few slides we are going to talk about the fundamentals, what exactly, how exactly to project. So I want you to pay attention in that. Once you are clear with the basics, then we can cruise through. Then it will be very easy and straightforward. But if you are having any confusion, then it will be difficult to understand later on. So please pay attention in initial few 5-6 slides. Then it will be very smooth. Okay. So let us. I'm just repeating some of the examples that we have in the last class. So this is line inclined to horizontal plane and parallel to vertical plane. So as you can see, this line PQ1, this is parallel to vertical plane, and this is at an angle. So this angle is theta, theta with the horizontal plane, and this is how we draw the projections. This I hope you are clear with. So if you are given some distance and theta, you can draw the projection. Similarly, we talked about line inclined to vertical plane. So this line is inclined at an angle phi to the vertical plane, and it is parallel to the horizontal plane. And this is how we draw the projection. So these are basically, you can see, building blocks for line when we talk about line inclined to both the planes. So this I hope is clear. Now we'll move forward with line inclined to both the planes. Okay, both planes means we are talking about horizontal and vertical plane. Okay, now let us look at this. So let us begin with one line, this AB. Okay, let us say that this line AB is initially it is parallel to VP. Okay, it is inclined at an angle theta to VP HP. So this is angle theta which is inclined to horizontal plane, and it is parallel to vertical plane. Yes, any question? Please mute if you don't have any question. Please mute. Otherwise, there's some background noise. Everyone, please mute. I'm getting some background. Let me see who is it coming from my computer or what. Everyone, please mute yourself. Okay. If you have question, you can unmute and ask. But after that, please mute. Fine. Coming back. So this is one slide where I want you to pay attention. So we are talking about a line AB which is inclined to horizontal plane at an angle theta, and it is parallel to the vertical plane. That is, let us start with that. Okay. Now I want this to make this line intersecting or inclined to both these planes. Okay, so what I will do is, let us imagine, forget about the line. Let us imagine that there is a cardboard triangle. Let us say you took a cardboard piece, metal piece, whatever. You cut out a triangle in this shape. You see the shaded region, A, B, and small b. This is the triangle what we have. Okay. Let us say this is a solid cardboard triangle placed on a horizontal plane. You can also imagine that, let us say you are sitting in a room. This horizontal plane is the floor of your room and this is the side wall. So this is vertical and this is horizontal. Now you place this triangle on the floor or on the horizontal plane. This is your triangle, shaded region. You can see that two shaded regions. One shaded region is this, one shaded region is this. Okay, they are of the same size. So what we are going to do is, we'll take this triangle and we'll rotate it keeping this A fixed. Okay, we'll not rotate about A. Sorry, we'll rotate about A keeping this fixed at this location. So we'll rotate this side B. Okay, we'll rotate the triangle and the new position will be this shaded or hatched region. This is the new triangle. Okay, now what will happen to the projections? So if suppose I'm looking from the top, okay, if you're looking from the top or top view, so this top view is basically, I forgot to mention, top view can also, another name is plan, and front view is also called elevation. So these are named for front view and top view. So if you look at the top view, we see that initially we are looking at this line, hypotenuse of this triangle basically. So that is AB. Now once I rotated it like this, A is anyway fixed. I am looking at the same length and which is at new position B1. Okay, so the idea here is that this length AB is same as AB1. So to draw AB1, I can take a compass with the center of place the center at A, radius equal to AB, and draw a arc like this. Okay, how and all we'll come to later to construction stage. First, you be very clear with the basics. So this is our line we started with, and we made it. Now this is intersecting both two horizontal as well as vertical planes. Okay, now let us look at the front view. So initially we had a line, we have a front view B1. Okay, this was the front view at angle theta. Now once we rotate it like this, the angle will change. So the theta what we have will remain same, but the projection will change to alpha. Basically, we are changing this line to this line. So now it is, the distance will not change. Height of this triangle is not changing, right? This height is b1, small b1 is equal to b and small b. This height will not change. So these projections, this will be of same height. Okay, if I go to the next slide. So what I am basically doing here is that I am rotating along this line and I am rotating from B1 in the front view. It will go from B1 to B1 dash. Sorry, B dash to B1 dash. Okay, so what I can say about this projection is that once I am rotating from AB to AB1, these two lengths remain same, and we can make a circle with this radius of this AB. And another thing is that this height will remain same. This height is basically the height of your triangle. If you make a cardboard triangle, this is the height. The height will not change. If you're looking from the front, wherever you rotate, this height is not going to change, right? So that is what is being projected in the front view. Okay, so when you are doing construction, now what you can do is you can create a straight line PQ along which your point B will vary. B will move along this straight line, and you can, for moving in the top view, you can create a arc so that this distance remains constant. So this is equal, this will always be equal to this if you're rotating, and this height will remain same, or B dash O remains constant. That is the whole idea. And basically we are talking about a line which was parallel to vertical plane, and I rotated it to make it intersecting with the vertical plane. Fine. Now let us take another similar example where the line is inclined to the vertical plane and it is parallel to the horizontal plane. Okay, AB. Now let us say it is inclined at an angle theta. So this is your triangle. This is, let us say, made of cardboard. Now again, I keep this line fixed on this horizontal plane and I rotated it along point A. Okay, so this is a cardboard piece. First location is here. Now it is rotated. Second location is here. Okay, this is the same cardboard piece. What you can see, it is moved from this location to this location. Okay, now it is a solid piece. So this angle phi will remain constant. This line will be always in touch, or it will lie on the vertical plane. AB3 dash and AB2 dash, they're both lying on the vertical plane. Okay, and this is moving from B to B3. So in a similar way, now this distance will remain constant, AB3 and AB. So you can see the projection. This height will remain constant that you see in a projection here. This height. Let me make it for you. So in a similar way, this height will remain constant. This is the height of the triangle that I have cut out. Okay, this will remain constant and this length will remain constant. AB3 will be equal to AB. Okay, so in the projection, this is the orthographic projection, right? So here we see A dash, B2 dash will remain constant. This again I will make an arc from here to AB3 dash. Okay, this length is equal to this length, and we are making a circle, so obviously both are radius of that circle. And similarly, this height will remain same. This point is basically moving along this line. So if you keep a so just to summarize what we have discussed, if we keep end A fixed, this end is fixed, and angle phi is also fixed. Phi is fixed, so you can simply assume it to be a triangle made of cardboard. Okay, B is moved to any position, say B3. So B is moving from B to B3. The line will become inclined to HP. So earlier we started with a line which is parallel to HP. Now it is also inclined to HP. So it is inclined to both the planes. Now in the front view, B2 dash will move along this arc so that this radius is the same. And new front view, AB3, this front view will also move in this line. Okay, it will be shorter, but it will be along this line. Okay, so that is the whole concept of making a line which is inclined to both the horizontal plane and vertical plane. Now let us look at how it is constructed. Okay. Yeah, I think the same thing. So one observation is that this height will be constant because this is a line parallel to xy, and this angle beta will be more than phi. Okay. So what we can conclude, or we can summarize in the last 2-3 slides. So as long as the inclination of AP with the VP, vertical plane, is not changing, because it is like a solid triangle, we are moving up and down. That's it. We are sliding across this vertical face. Okay. So in summary, we can say that its length in the front view, A dash, B2 dash. So what is this? A dash, B2 dash will remain constant. It will vary along the arc. So A dash, B2 dash will be equal to A dash, B3 dash. Okay. Distance between the paths of its end in top view. So in top view, we see two projections, AB2 and AB3. So the distance between B2 and B3, sorry, the distance of B2 from this line XY will remain constant, which is shown in green. So this two will be same. So I can draw a line RS which will be parallel to XY, and in this line I will vary these 2 points. Okay. Just to compare with the previous discussion. So earlier we had this line which is parallel to vertical plane and inclined at theta to horizontal plane. When I move it like this, what do I see? That this length remains constant in the top view and this height remains constant in the front view. Similarly, if I have line which is inclined to vertical plane, so I see these two remain constant and this height is remain constant. I would suggest you can go through the slides one more. This is for line which is inclined to the vertical plane, I am changing it to be inclined to horizontal plane also. And this is the line which is initially parallel to vertical plane. This is parallel to horizontal plane and this is parallel to vertical plane. This is how we draw the projection. Okay. So in summary, so these are the two ways. You can start with a line which is parallel to HP and make it inclined to HP, or you can start with a line which is parallel to vertical plane and make it inclined to vertical plane. So finally we are, our objective, what is the objective? That I want a line AB which is inclined to both the planes. Let us say with an angle theta to horizontal plane and phi to the vertical plane. Okay, so length in the top view and front view will be equal, that we have seen in the last slides, and distance, that height. So what that slide is saying is this length will remain same and this height will not change. That is the overall summary of what we have discussed so far. And basically this is the logic that we need to use to construct the projection now. So let us go to the construction. So basically let us say that you are given some line AB which is parallel to VP and inclined at theta to HP. So we are again starting with that and now giving you the steps of construction. So this pictorial view is shown to you, and this is basically side of trapezoid ABBA. So this is the, if you look at the shaded region A, B, small b and A, this is the trapezoid. Okay, earlier it was lying on that line, now it is making a trapezoid. Okay, so now again the same way that we have rotated the triangle, now imagine that this shaded region A, B, small b and small a, this shaded region is made of a cardboard piece, and I rotate it to a new position A, B2, small b2, A. Okay, that is what I'm doing here. So first we'll draw the front view A dash B dash equal to AB and inclined at angle theta to XY. So A dash B dash will draw, this is inclined at theta. Theta is the angle which is making with the horizontal plane. Now project the top view AB parallel to XY. AB parallel to XY. Through A dash and B dash draw lines CD and PQ. So from A dash and B dash, you'll draw a line which is parallel to the XY line. Okay. So you'll make CD and PQ. Now AB is the length of the line AB in top view, and these are the paths, okay, where this will move. If point B moves, it will move along the path PQ. If point A moves, let us say I want to move the point A, it will move along point this line CD. Now we can make in a similar way, I can now assume that AB1 is one line which is parallel to HP and inclined at phi angle to vertical plane. Okay, so same thing what we have discussed so far. Now I'm just giving you the steps of construction. So again we have a trapezoid. This is the trapezoid. A dash, B1 dash, and B1 capital. This A, B1, B1 dash, and A dash. This shaded region. This is the trapezoid. Now I am moving this trapezoid in this fashion. I am fixing it at A, and this is I am using it as an axis. I am rotating B to go to B2. So this lined hatched region is the new trapezoid, new location of the trapezoid. Okay. So similarly, you have to make the projection in horizontal and vertical planes. So first you draw the top view, which is inclined at phi. Then you make the front view which is parallel to XY, and again you will draw lines EF and RS. So EF and RS. So now we are rotating it in this view. So this now the line where B moves will be in top view. So this is the combined figure what I am showing you. But again, this is to explain you. When you draw in sheet, I will show, this is how you need to draw. Okay, so let us, this is again, this is a summary of what we have already discussed. So I will just skip through this slide. Let us now look at what exactly you are going to draw in your sheet. So in your sheet, you will be given, let us say, some line AB. A is starting at some, let us say this distance is given. This is at some distance from vertical plane, some distance from horizontal plane. It is inclined at an angle, let us say theta is 30 degree, this is 40 degree. Angles will be given and location of A or B will be given to you. That is how questions are framed in the sheet. Okay, so you have the line. Now you need to draw the projections. So what you will do is, first you draw length AB in the top view. This is the top view. Okay, and path PQ in the front view. So PQ is basically the height. So you fix that height. As we have discussed, that if you rotate this height will be fixed. Okay. A dash B1 dash in the front view and RS in the top view. So A dash and B1 dash. Okay, this is in the front view and RS in the top view. So RS is the line in which B will vary. So if you change position of B will be changing with its position on this line only. Okay. Now with A as a center and radius equal to AB, draw R cutting RS at point B2. So A as a center and this is the radius. This is the length of that line. Now that has to remain constant, right? So I will make a circle with AB as the radius and cut a point. So I know two things. I know that this length has to remain constant and this height will be the point, new point B will lie on this line only. So I'll take a radius and cut an arc here. So this is now my new location of B2. Okay. Draw lines joining B2 with A dash. So B2 I will take on the front view and make it B dash. B2 and A dash with B2 dash. AB2 and A dash B2. See AB2, A B2. This is the required projection in the top view. Okay, AB2 and A dash B2 dash. This is the required projection in the front view. So this is what you are supposed to make in your answer sheets. So then some comments are there. So B2 and B2 dash lie on the same projector and alpha and beta are greater than the true. These are the true inclination. This is what is given to you, that this line is having inclination of theta and phi with horizontal and vertical planes. But this is theta and this is phi. Now when you draw actual projections, you will see that the apparent angle alpha and beta. Okay, alpha is this angle and beta is this angle. These are more than theta and phi. That we can see as we are rotating, that angle is getting changed. So these are some general remarks. Now let us talk about the true length. So because you are rotating a line in different views, the length is actually changing. So how do you find what is the actual length or true length of that line? Okay, so what you people are. So what you need to do is basically you will, if the line is parallel to a plane. Okay, let me go to. Are you people connected? Fine. So what I need to do to make the true length. So let me take an example. If I talk about this line, okay, let us say that this line is inclined to vertical, but it is parallel to inclined to horizontal, but it is parallel to vertical plane. So can I say this line, this is the actual line what I am talking about. Can I say that this length P dash Q1 dash, this length will be the same length as the actual line? Is this the true length? Can I say that? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So that is the basically idea. What you need to do is you need to draw a line in such a way that it becomes parallel to any one plane. It could be parallel to vertical or horizontal, and that will give you the true length. So you'll draw the projections with the plane which is it is parallel, and P dash Q1 dash will give you the true length of that line. Let me go to that slide again. Okay. So that's it. Now we'll see how to make that. We'll go through the construction steps. So basically this is your line. AB is the line given to me. Now we have projection mates for front view and top view and all that. Now I want to make it parallel to a given plane so that I can find the true length of the line. So what I will do is I will take again trapezoid is given, this shaded region A, B1, small b1 and A. Again you can imagine that this is a cardboard piece cut in this shape. Okay, that will help you to visualize. So this is the piece in the first, let us say at time t. After some time I rotate it, and this is the new position. This hatched region or line or whatever you see, this is the new position of the same trapezoid which is maintaining its shape because it is cut from a solid cardboard, right? So I'll just rotate it so that it becomes parallel to one plane. Okay. Move along an arc drawn. So same, basically similar type of construction will be used, and it becomes parallel. So I can find the true length. Okay. So with center A and radius equal to AB, figure 2. So center A and radius equal to AB. This is what we had. Now make a radius. This length has to be constant. Okay. So EF will be cut at B1, and I will draw projector through B1 to cut PQ at B1 dash. So I will take it straight. I will draw a straight line which is perpendicular to XY and cut it at B1 dash. Okay. Now draw the line A dash B1 dash. A dash B1 dash. This will give you the true length AB. Okay, and it is at angle theta, which is basically the given angle. This is the angle that this line makes with horizontal plane. Okay, so this is how you can obtain the true length. Similarly, you can, so this was about when you rotate it with respect to, you keep the trapezoid on vertical plane and rotate it to make it parallel to horizontal. Now you can use the other way also. You can make it keep that trapezoid on the vertical plane and rotate it such that it becomes parallel to the horizontal plane. So same type of steps will be there, and now in the top view you will get the true length. This will give you the true length AB2. Okay. So same steps are given. You can read through that. So basically, take this as a center and draw an arc. Sorry, A dash as a center, draw an arc. It will meet at B2 dash, CD as B2 dash, and then draw projectors which will cut RS at B2. This will give you the length. Okay. So finally, if this type of question will come, this is how you are going to draw in your sheet. So a line is given which will make angle theta with the horizontal plane and angle phi with the vertical plane. So this is how you will draw the projection in top view and front view, and you follow the same steps. Draw an arc, make this line, that will give you this final result. Okay, again the same diagram, I've just labeled it. So basically you can look at the front view, how it will look like, what is the true length, and this is the locus of this point B. This is the locus of B in top view. This is how it will look in top view, and this is the true length. Okay. Now let us talk about trace of a line. So this, I think last class also we discussed. Basically you see where when it is inclined to a plane, it will go and intersect the plane. It will meet the plane. If it is necessary, you will extend the plane. So the point where the line meets the plane, it is called a trace. So if it meets the horizontal plane, it is called horizontal trace. If it meets the vertical plane, it is called vertical trace. Let us have a look how it will be made. So these are the two planes and there are different lines shown in different configuration. So let us say point line AB. Okay, so line AB is, as you can see, it is parallel to both vertical as well as horizontal plane. So it will not have any trace. If you see the projector, it is parallel to both. Now if this line is, it is intersecting the horizontal plane. If you extend it, it will intersect, right? But it will never intersect the vertical because it is parallel to the vertical line, vertical plane. So it will have a horizontal trace, but it will not have a vertical trace. Similarly, if this line EF is a line if it is hitting the vertical plane at this point. So again, it will have a vertical trace, but no horizontal trace because it is parallel to the horizontal line. Similarly, if a line is having, it is intersecting both horizontal and vertical planes, it will have both horizontal and vertical trace respectively. Or if this line is, let us say, perpendicular to one plane, so it will have one point horizontal trace, but it will not have vertical trace. Similarly, if it is perpendicular to vertical plane, it will have a vertical trace but no horizontal trace. So again, these views are marked. You can go through it once. Basically, we are showing front view, top view, true length, and how the locus of points when it moves in top view and front view. Now let us look at an example. So let us say I have line PQ. Okay, now the interesting thing about this is that it is not meeting the planes in the first quadrant. So that is not a worry for us. We'll extend it wherever it meets. So if let us say it is not meeting in the first quadrant, I will take it to the third quadrant or fourth quadrant, wherever it meets. And basically this is the given line. I will draw its, I will extend it to the point where it meets the vertical plane or horizontal plane, and that is the horizontal and vertical traces that we can show in this plot. What are the steps of construction? So basically what you need to do is draw a reference line xy. Anyway we make for any construction. Now mark points O and O1 such that they are, so this is given to you 20, 60, 30 centimeter. So the end projectors are 60 mm apart. So that is what you are following. This O dash is 60 mm apart. So you make those 2 points. Now on the vertical projection through O, mark point P dash and P as front and top views of point P. Okay. So on vertical projection through point O, mark point P dash and P. So through O, I will mark P dash and P. So this is, till now we are talking about this line. Okay, we have made horizontal and vertical, plan and elevation for that line PQ. Now we will try to extend this line so that it meets vertical and horizontal planes. So we'll mark Q dash and Q as, Q dash and Q. These are the projection of this line PQ on vertical and horizontal planes. That is quite straightforward. Now you will join P dash, Q dash and PQ to represent the first. This is what we have done. Produce the front view P dash, Q dash to meet XY at point H. So this is what till now what we have done. Generally you make this. Now if you want to make a trace, what you will do is you will take this and draw it where it meets the horizontal plane, H dash. Draw vertical projector through point H dash to meet the top view at point H. The point H represents the horizontal trace. So here it is meeting at this line. Now I will draw a vertical projector and I will meet, I will intersect that H with this extension of PQ. This is your horizontal trace. Now produce the top view PQ to meet XY at V. So this is the top view. We produce it further to meet this XY at V. Okay. Now draw vertical projector through point V to meet the front view at PQ dash. So it is meeting at this line. Now I need to draw a vertical projector. I will come down and I will extend this line to meet this vertical projector at V dash. This is your vertical trace. Okay. Now measure this distance H and V dash. So this is actually given 40 and 60. This is what you have to measure. Okay, that will be called your horizontal and vertical. Sorry, 40 and 30. The distance of H from this XY line and distance of V dash from this vertical line, XY line. So these are your horizontal and vertical traces. Okay, so I think this is enough for your sheet 3. So we'll stop for now, and if you have any questions, we can discuss. Let me stop recording. Okay.